Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about something that I feel like a lot of us don't really talk about, and I think that is something that I have experienced for the first time in my life, is traveling by myself. I think I have traveled so much in my life ever since I was a kid, going from West Coast to East Coast. That's been a lot for me, but I always was meeting my family or my friends. I just never actually traveled on my own. So this is something that I always wanted to do, but I was also kind of so scared to do, because I think it was so nerve-wracking for me that what if I get bored, what if I feel lonely. That was just very difficult for me, but I finally did that. This coming to California, this trip to California was my first time doing it. It was just all my own. I mean, yes, I had friends here, but it's been some of them were on vacation, some of them I met once or twice, so it hasn't been oh, I was with them. So it's been just my solo trip, and there are some things that I have learned that I want to tell you guys, that you guys should try it yourself, because I think it is so valuable that I don't think you will ever get from any trip by doing with someone else. Before I want to get into it, I want to say one thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. Yes, you will probably have more fun if you travel with someone else, or with your friends or significant other or family. This is definitely for sure. It's, I think, a very cool experience to travel with someone else, but the reality is family is not always available. They might have something going on, and same applies to friends. Some people are tied to their job, or they don't have the same schedule as you. But when you think about it, there are certain places that you want to visit, and yes, maybe some of your friends wants to visit too, but they don't maybe want to visit that time, or they won't have time. And if you're gonna wait on someone to do that, to travel, it might never happen. So you don't want to just wait on someone to do that, and you have to take the matters into your own hand to do it. So that's one thing I wanted to say, that if you want to travel, just to start by doing it yourself. Don't wait on someone else, because that day might never come, and you might just be waiting for it for a long time. First thing I want to say, I think this is something that I discovered myself, that I'm wow, this is just, I don't know. It's kind of having the freedom to do whatever you want, because I think when you're traveling with someone, yes, it is fun and all, but you gotta make sometimes compromises, or most of the time you gotta make compromises, because let's say you want to eat, right? Or you want to get coffee right now. Maybe that person is not hungry right now. Okay, now there's construction going on. Okay, they stop. Okay, so yeah, they don't want to have coffee right now, or they don't want to eat right now, or they don't want to go to certain places that you want to go. I know with my own experience, I love, just gonna wait to, they just decided to do that construction today and fix that, whatever they're fixing. All I see is that caution sign. Okay, so my sister, she loves the beach, but she doesn't really stay too long, or she doesn't want to go all the time. I love the beach, I want to go almost every single day. I love going to the ocean, I love tanning. That is just something that I always loved. But with my sister, it was always so hard to travel when we would be I want to go now, and she'd be no, I don't want to go, I want to go to the museum, which is fine. Museum is not that bad, but I don't want to go. Let's just say I'm not the museum person. Please don't judge me. There's nothing wrong with the museums, but I just feel I don't know, it's just not fun for me. Even I think only museum I've gone to, especially in California, was Getty Museum. That was sort of fun, but it's because of the view, not so much because what was in there. I mean, I'm just realizing how bad this sounds, but anyways, just saying that it's not as it's not exciting for me. So I'm just gonna say that, like, so just like, it's too much to compromise. Like, I don't want to do, but like when you're traveling alone, you're like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to wake up like at 11. You wake up at 11. You don't want to go outside. You don't go outside. You want to stay in bed. You stay in bed. You want to order Postmates. You do that. Or you want to go to beach and stay all day at the beach. You do that. It's all up to you. Like, or even like go to gym. Like, I go to gym every day. Like, my sister wouldn't want to do that, and they might have to wait for me to do that because I most likely we will only have one car, and like I will be the one driving. So second thing I want to talk about is actually, I think, knowing yourself. I don't want to say like I don't know myself, but I think, I mean, yes, we do know ourselves better than everyone else, but I think there are times that like when we are so caught up in the moment, or like with living with people, we sometimes tend to don't pay attention to ourselves, and we kind of just like we hold so many things. So I feel like when you are like, we are not like maybe fully ourselves, but like when you are traveling alone, you discover certain things about yourself that you didn't know before, that like, oh, you're like that, or you're like that. It's like, I know myself that like I am, well, I discovered it this trip that like I am indecisive. Like, there are sometimes like, yes, I do make my decisions, but I am not the great planner. I'm not. I have never been, and I like, this trip definitely confirmed that, because I think sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I want to do that. Then like when I'm driving, I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like, I know, right? So like, but my sister's so good with that, and I have friends who are good with that. Like, they would, and I would rely on them to do that. So I discovered this in this trip that like I'm not that person. So I feel like there are so many things you just like, it's better to getting to know yourself. It's like a self-discovery. Like, it really is like journey. So I think that is something that like you should do it to like learn and like understand yourself. I would totally recommend it. I think like knowing ourselves is like such a big journey, and that is how we can also approach to other people. Oh my god. Before that, let me get coffee. Okay, so what I want to say is that I think since this is my only time that I traveled by myself, every time I traveled with friends, family, significant other, ex-boyfriends, whatever, I didn't really try so much like meeting new people. Not like I didn't want it to, but I feel like it's because I already had someone, I was with someone. I just realized there was no need, you know, like I just didn't feel like I had to, or like I should. But like now that in this trip, I feel like when you're alone, I tried a lot to make new friends. Like, you have more chance of meeting new people, and that is something I've seen so cool, because I feel like when I went to clubs, when I went to some events when I was here, I met like some new people, and like we even followed each other on Instagram. That's like, I think, so cool. I went to beach cleanup, we did like daily dip with another influencer, so that was like really cool. And I think I don't think I would have ever done that if I was with someone or friend. So keep that in mind to make new connections. So when you're traveling alone, you will get to meet new people, and you will meet like so many cool new people that like you're like, oh my god, I don't think I will ever meet them if you were with someone. So that is really cool. So the last thing I want to say, I think so many times in our life we don't want to be selfish, we want to care for other people, we want to do other things for other people. We maybe sometimes also put ourselves second, but I think during a solo trip, you kind of have to put yourself first. Like, you get to be selfish, and that is something that I feel like, yes, you don't want to do that all the time, but like during your trip you get to do that, and like you don't have to feel bad about it, because it's just you in this trip, and you can spoil yourself, you can do whatever that like you desire, and you know, you just don't have to feel bad about it. It's just like, I think some of the things that I would say is like, definitely feels a little awkward, that like I think some social situations when you go to like certain restaurants or anything, that like traveling solo, it kind of feels weird, because like there are people like always like, I don't know, couple, or like their friends drinking, or fraternity, sorority, UCLA, I don't know, like I'm just assuming, just throwing words there. I hope that did not get in the camera. So what I was saying is like some social situation can get awkward when you're traveling alone, but other than that, like I would totally say like I would 100% want to do this again. That is something that I loved. Like I think it's just, I don't think I would have ever done it, and I'm so glad I did it because I was so scared of doing this by myself. I feel like at the end of the day, we always like get that feeling that you don't want to feel alone, you don't want to be lonely, but like I think it is definitely a self-discovery to do a trip by yourself, and do certain things that like you always want to do and other people would not be interested in doing it. So that is something that I'm just like, wow, I'm so glad I did it. So I would 100% recommend everyone else to do it. So anyways, I hope these tips like are helpful for you guys. This is something that I have experienced during this trip. So I am, oh my god, there's like now airplane coming out. Okay, we're just gonna wait. Okay, still going. Okay, so I wanted to say this trip is coming to an end, so I'm going back to New York City on Wednesday night, right? Yeah, Wednesday night. So, and I'm just so grateful to that. I am so grateful that I did this trip, and I would recommend you guys doing it. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading another vlog of this trip on Friday, so make sure to subscribe.